Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Startup, the channel for business and entrepreneurship. Today, I want to talk about the myth of hard work being the key to success. You see, we're constantly bombarded with messages from gurus and influencers telling us that we need to work harder than everyone else in order to achieve our goals. And while I don't want to downplay the importance of hard work, the truth is, it's just one piece of the puzzle. There's always going to be people out there who are willing to work harder than you. They might have more energy or more free time, or just more of a drive to succeed. But even if you do manage to outwork them, that doesn't mean you're going to come out on top. What really matters is the leverage of your activity. In other words, how much output can you get from each unit of input? This is where the real magic happens. Now, I speak from first-hand experience, having always thought that if I worked harder, I'd get ahead of everyone. Previously, I was studying to become a doctor, but I noticed most of the successful doctors that I knew who had done well for themselves all were considerably older. I wanted to be young and rich, so I knew this route wasn't the way. I didn't want to be 50 and making good money. I knew this was going to take 10 years of studying and with very little relative pay for the hard work required, which any medical and dental student around the world will probably agree with. I feel your pain. Now, it took a lot of courage for me to pull myself apart from that world and venture off and discover myself and what I wanted to do to become successful and young rich. And after lots of trial and error, I realized I could make several times what these older doctors and surgeons were making doing considerably less hard work. And that's because I taught myself principles of business and how to leverage high-level tasks that gave me back my time and paid considerably more than what I would have been paid as a doctor. But enough about me, let me give you some other examples. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, isn't famous for his grueling work schedule. He's known for getting plenty of sleep, waking up late, and taking his time to make decisions. But what he does focus on are the highest leverage activities in his company. He knows that by delegating the low leverage work to other people, he can free up his own time to work on the things that move the needle the most. And similarly, Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history, doesn't actually make a lot of decisions. Instead, he focuses on a couple of high leverage investment decisions a year that he knows will pay off big time. By putting his energy into these carefully chosen opportunities, he's able to generate massive returns without working himself to the bone. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You're not a billionaire investor or a tech giant, so how are you supposed to apply this to your own life? I get it, but the truth is, anyone can benefit from this mindset, whether you're a student or an entrepreneur or just someone trying to get ahead in their career. The key is to identify the high leverage activities in your own life. These are the things that will give you the most bang for your buck, so to speak. For example, if you're an entrepreneur, instead of trying to do everything yourself, focus on the tasks that only you can do that make the biggest difference to your bottom line. Maybe that means building relationships with key clients, or designing your products, or developing your marketing strategy. Anything that will have a big impact on your bottom line is worth your time and attention. If you're doing a 9 to 5 and don't have time to work on your own stuff, try hiring a cleaner to clean, or try ordering your meals so you don't have to cook. That will give you back some of your time so you can work on higher leverage tasks. And finally, don't be afraid to delegate. No one can do everything themselves. I used to think that I could, but trust me, it's so much better when other people take a load off your work. So it's essential to find people with complementary skills to help you achieve your goals. Whether it's hiring a virtual assistant or partnering with a co-founder or working with a team of contractors, the more you can leverage other people's skills and expertise, the more successful you will be. The parallels between sport and business are almost the same. The best coaches are out there headhunting the best athletes from college. And just like Google, they have dedicated teams to headhunt the best and smartest people out there. They go after the top talent from business schools and have a very high level recruiting process for the top executives. And just as a coach can have a limited number of players on the field, each of those players represents a function or department of the business. So the parallels between the two start to make sense. The parallel to business is recruiting the top level executives and creating a hiring system underneath to feed into the company. Each player or function must be optimized. As entrepreneurs, roles, it's important to ensure that we're playing the right game optimized for each role. The role of the CEO is akin to that of a coach, responsible for recruiting and developing a top-performing team. And this involves finding the best talent and creating a culture of high performance that motivates every individual to maintain the high standard and therefore reach their full potential. The difference between a mediocre and an exceptional coach lies in the value that a coach or a CEO brings to the organization. The CEO in particular must have the highest return on time of anyone in the organization, always focused on solving the next problem and driving the business forward. And by constantly seeking out new opportunities to build the business and instilling a set of values and standards across the organization, the CEO can create a sustainable competitive advantage and even turn around a struggling business in just a few years. The impact of a CEO's decisions can be felt across the entire organization, making the CEO's role the greatest lever of them all. The myth of hard work being the only path to success is just that, a myth. By focusing on high leverage activities and delegating the rest to the star players, you can achieve more with less effort and stress. It's all about working smarter, not harder. And if you like this content and you want to see more about starting, scaling, and selling your business, like and subscribe for more. And if you have any further questions, drop them in the comments below. Thank you.